because
Holly just licked her lens. Just so you know. You're watching, if you're on Holly's feed, you're watching through spit.
Oh, I stepped on an acorn.
There's a lot of them around.
Hope you had a great weekend, everybody.
You know what there isn't, though?
What?
If you notice, there's no pine cones. But the pine needles are dropping like MFers.
Oh, MFers.
All over, but there's no pine cones. Hey,
hello, Deborah, and hello, Thomas.
There's no pine cones. Hey, Steven. Am I going to see you Thursday night?
So this is
That's the question.
Crazy, okay? So as you all know, if you did tune in to our lives the past few days, you do now know that our daughter Lindsay is engaged. It is a wonderful, beautiful thing.
Whoop-de-doo.
They went away this weekend. They had a wonderful weekend.
Sorry about the little shaking.
Hey, Stacy and Paula.
Sorry about the shaking.
So they went away. They took some beautiful pictures. If you're friends with Lindsay, you'll see her beautiful pictures. Apple picking, ice cream, breakfast, art, like a art sculpture, right, Grant? Like a sculpture park they found. Really
Some
great
really cool
places.
art.
Really fabulous photos. Fabulous time together. The ring was the center of attention in all the photos. Can't hear.
Turn up your volume.
Should
Or
be,
hit the...
is it my volume?
Yeah. No. It's probably hers.
Oh, wait, no, maybe that's stuck.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with it. Deborah would post if she can't hear you.
That's true. Deborah,
Right,
can you
Deborah?
hear me?
Deborah.
Say you can hear me.
Let me wave.
Robert says every time I put this shirt on, what do you think? I'm a sailor?
She looks like a sailor.
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
So I forgot to ask, if you're watching this in replay,
We haven't said that.
tell us what time of day you're consuming this.
Stephen,
Perfect
but you're
production.
Yeah, but that's Robert's
Thank you,
phone.
Stephen, because you're on Robert's feed.
Hey, Cam.
So it will always be
Yes, Deborah said. Okay. Deborah.
perfect.
Yes, so
Thank you.
perhaps
Paula, make sure your volume is up and you hit the unmute button there.
Paula's a twin.
She is?
She is. But this is Pamela.
P&P. Is that pretty typical for
P&P?
like twins, like
Having this thing. Well, Stephen
Sam and
Seth.
Pam.
Allison's boys were Seth and
Alfred
Stephen.
and Smalfred?
So anyways, so it's been very hard for us to, I think we all play our own role in life, right? And you know, each chapter, each milestone, each big life change, okay, as, kind of affects everybody in the family.
It do.
And even positive ones trigger stress and anxiety, which is why we produced Canna Baba, to help reduce stress and anxiety instead of, the triggers are everywhere, through people, through things, through places, right? People get crazy just being on a long line at the supermarket, right?
Indeed.
Or I gotta tell you, I got annoyed, okay? I just went to a networking meeting.
I'm shocked.
No. I parked.
Holly got annoyed.
Did
you get a ticket?
No. They boxed me in.
No way.
It's a good thing I had the radius that I have in my car to get out.
Yeah? You were able to do
No,
that?
I was stuck in between two cars. I'm like, really?
In the parking lot?
No, on the side of Jeremiah's.
Some people park too close in front of you and back of you.
Yeah, but I thought I should have pulled up to the very first spot. That's what I should have done. So the thing is that with
Good job.
so the triggers of other negative emotions, even when something is happy, like getting engaged, right? And sometimes there are even fears that are not necessarily logical or rational.
Exactly.
So the overwhelm, right? Like planning a wedding. Like planning a wedding.
Share with us if you can, Deborah.
First of all, that's right, Deborah. Share what you do. Because whatever you do for stress, let us know. But the overwhelm, okay?
It may start with the letter I.
Especially planning a wedding.
Yes. See, but...
Ice cream?
Okay.
What?
No.
What?
So
Indica?
here's... Hey, Sheldon.
What?
Hey, Sheldon.
Hey, Sheldon.
So
Welcome
the
to my
thing
site,
is,
6 a.m. Spinners.
Yeah. And are you coming Thursday?
Oh, Sheldon Shatton, I hope you're coming on Thursday to kind of pop up. We'd love for you to come. It's in Livingston, 6 to 10. We could send you, a link. Let me know if you're interested. But anyways, we'll let Robert know.
Lisa, did you light your candle?
Hello, beautiful Lisa. What do you mean?
You got to see her pose.
Okay, so listen to me. So what happens is, besides the merging of family and friends, which, okay, I think there's, even when you're dating, you get a sense of who someone's family and friends are, to a certain extent, right? And you are kind of marrying.
They're going to be your friends.
They're kind of marrying them too, right? And then you make all these decisions, and then all these other people, okay? There's all these. You got to navigate all these discussions because there's always a lot of third party involvement. Oh, what kind of dress do you want? Where do you think you're having it?
Listen, the one thing, right? So this is the first, right? This, like, we've planned a bar bat mitzvah, right? So we've done that, and so we've done this, right? And we've proven to our kids that we can plan a great bar bat mitzvah, for them and everything. And so, we are coming at this not only as parents of the bride, but I think first and foremost as wedding professionals in the space. And as with other people in our lives, other friends or family, right? Some have, without a doubt, taken advantage of us in a good way.
For some guidance and advice.
For guidance and advice. And some of our friends
have not.
Like it's as if we were in a completely different business. And that's okay. That's really okay. But knowing what we know and knowing the people that we know and having the experience that we have, how can we not be a help to you in that regard? So, it's just interesting as to those who have relied on us for helping those.
And we talked about yesterday, we gave 2 tips, and we're going to continue to give some tips, okay? And this is supposed to kind of...
Tip number 1 is don't mention wedding.
Okay, but you said that already.
That was yesterday, just to recap.
I know, but I have to say, what becomes a heartfelt proposal leads to 21 questions, okay? Or more, right? So about the guest list, about your style, about what you want to do, when you want to do it, where you want to do it, what kind of music do you want to have, what kind of food do you want to have, and especially someone who's already been married, especially young couples, and or mothers of the bride too, very often, okay, they have already planned an event or wedding, right, for themselves, or been to many friends' weddings, and they think they know all the answers, okay? Listen, so my advice is...
Holly, why don't you give us some advice?
Well, first of all, it's the same advice I give for anything in life, not only to breathe. Okay?
Breathe. Okay. Continue to breathe.
Continue to breathe. To focus on the
positive.
positive.
Life depends on you breathing.
We're all of us breathing, okay? Focus on the positive, okay? Not everyone will be happy. End of story. Not everyone. And you know what? Yes, the bride, Lorraine, you know what I'm talking about. You're an event planner, okay? Like I said, friends think they become the experts, and they give you unsolicited advice.
Generally speaking, it's unsolicited advice. As soon as you tell someone you're engaged, it almost as if it gives them permission to espouse upon you what they learned in planning their wedding or their daughter's wedding or their son's wedding or their friend's wedding. So everyone's going to have an opinion. You want to get married when?
Listen. The proposal in itself is serious. You have to just say, it is a serious commitment. It should be. I know divorce is easy, and more than 50% of marriages don't last. First of all, many of you may or may not know this about Robert and I, but Robert and I were both engaged to different people in our early 20s. He was engaged to a woman named Michelle. I was engaged to a guy named Steven. We both broke off those engagements. That was hard, really hard. Let's see here, wait. Paula, just made my daughter's wedding, and you're so right. Oh, thank you for saying we're right. Everyone has all the answers, and also some will be offended. I can't see the rest of what you wrote. I will see, right? Because if we do that.
No,
so thank you. First of all, you are beautiful. Your family is beautiful. Your daughter is gorgeous. I love seeing the celebration whatever was shared on Facebook from you or anybody.
And
okay,
the
it's a joyous
right,
time.
and
It's
the
wonderful.
challenge,
And through the social media, to see anything through social media is difficult.
No, and so here's what people are challenged with for the very first time in their lives when they're planning a wedding. You know, think about this. Every party that you've planned, every event that you've planned in the past, you've had complete control of, right? This is the first event, really, that you're taking input from two families, or three families, couple, and then parents of each of the groom and the bride, right? So for the first time, you get this dynamic mix of opinions and thoughts, and certainly parents have probably given this some thought ahead of time.
And quite frankly, there are a lot of mothers, not me. There are a lot of mothers that really, they want what they want, and that's the wedding they're making.
Yeah.
Now, with our case, hey Martine, Paula's on, Kalkstein, Shapiro. So I have to tell you that, you know, I am not, it's funny, someone said yesterday, you know, joking around about being a momzilla, okay? Then you've got your groomzillas and your bridezillas, and everyone loves the, you know, say yes to the dress. Listen, she said yes to her groom to be, right? The thing is, you gotta chill.
To think, we knew Randy when he just
and the bride's
worked at
family may not
Kleinfeld's.
have money. By the way, those, okay, so it's not about, we're not even talking about financial right now, okay? Because that is another decision that families, hello Felice. I know you're counting down too, to a wedding.
Felice is?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm almost positive that she is.
Felice, are you coming Thursday?
We want to
Will
see
we
you
see
Thursday, but kind of pop up Livingston. But Paula, you're absolutely right. It's not about yes, money is a big part of it, but very often the kids that are making money can throw their own wedding.
But it's so
That's
very,
one thing.
it's so
and
very
then it's another
easy.
negotiation.
Right, but it's so very easy to spend money on a wedding, right? Because there's a million things, right? And,
There were also
and everyone is getting all of this, let's call it inspiration, from different channels, different things,
specifically
right?
Pinterest.
Like Lindsay, right, has had her wedding-related Pinterest
Yeah, she said.
board
Yes, her wedding
collection.
is next weekend.
Ah, yes. Oh, how fabulous. So, you know, it's like, I don't know, you know, the whole wedding planning experience has changed so much in the last quarter century, right? From the first, like it used to be, and I guess
Felice,
to some...
yes, can't make it to this one, unfortunately, Jewish mom, and we paid for the wedding.
Yeah, yes.
Well,
There you go.
Shana Tova, and we hope if you fast, you have an easy one. We love you, Felice. And thank you, Paula, for contributing about your wedding. So, what was I going to say? I just got distracted by a text. I'm sorry. This is the thing, okay? I want to be there for Lindsay. Robert and I both want to be there for Lindsay. We want to be there for Lindsay and Elliot. We want to be the voice of reason. Hey, Kerry. Okay, so I'm just trying. What it is about being reasonable.
But it's just
It's a
just-
negotiation,
right? And
it's the first of many important
listen,
decisions.
I don't
is planning this wedding.
I don't
together.
envy any bride and groom today planning a wedding because it's that constant flow of information.
But Robert, the girls, it's like Lindsay said, she has had all of what she's wanted to do for a long time. I didn't even know that until just recently, but she has been collecting ideas of what she loves for years, and he hasn't, right?
What groom has?
And he hasn't. So the thing is I said
It's
that's
it's thrust upon us
that's
as men.
But here it is. But here it is. He has just to get the ring and propose
Right, of
is
course.
huge.
Monumental. It's
It is
monumental.
huge.
So-
It is such an important step. So the thing is that couples today need to just, first of all, I'm not saying wait forever, okay, but at least give yourself a week or two to just absorb, okay, the fact that you're engaged.
Because the wedding industry, okay, let me give you, this is the tidbit today, right? The wedding industry puts undue stress on couples with these contrived timelines of when things should be done and at what point, okay? And let me tell you something, there is no right or wrong, okay? Yes, it's always best to plan in advance for things. Duh. Okay, get things done. Don't wait till the last minute, right? Okay? But, don't, you look at, and what I was going to say before was like, right, so let's say in the year 1999, right, when a young couple would get engaged, one of the very first things that the newly engaged woman would do is to go to the magazine stand and buy a half a dozen of these. I mean, how thick was Bride's magazine? Right? Literally 3 inches thick.
Very thick. Like the Vogue fall fashion issue.
Now it's non-existent. Now it doesn't even exist, right? It went from
I think it's
almost the
bi-monthly.
thickness,
Maybe bi-monthly.
but it is nowhere near what it used to
But
be.
if you go to any newsstand now, you don't see the
But the
plethora
girls would go and
of
buy the
magazines.
magazines, and that's how it would transpire. And it would then the grooms were treated to the sound of ripping pages. And when you have a magazine of 600 pages, okay,
Which is mostly advertising.
there's 35, 40 rips per magazine easily.
I had that.
So as you're sitting in trying to watch television, you're subjected to the ripping sounds of your fiance, collecting, stuff. Now that doesn't now. Now it's a click, right, on your Pinterest, save to this board, save to that board, save.
And you got galleries of photos. Anyway, Felice Mazel Tov to you and your family for your upcoming wedding. I know it'll be a joyous day. I can't wait to see photos. But I will tell you is that, I understand. Oh, and Larissa has a wedding coming up very soon too. Yes. Yes. This is all of the wedding moms and dads, or moms that mostly are coming on. And Evie was, Lindsay's nursery school teacher.
You say that every single.
I know.
Time.
I think it's Evie. It's Evie. So the thing is this, okay? So I just want Lindsay, okay? Because Lindsay, since she's a little girl, has been very set in her way.
No.
And I think that it's really wonderful to want whatever she wants.
But she has to get past this euphoria of the wedding and the frenzy. She's still in that one, like inside the first week. I mean, she's inside the first 72 hours, really, right?
See, now Melanie's on another Temple Bechalel nursery school.
So, it's...
And Michelle.
It's important, right, for her to get past that.
But she's not.
Hump of the euphoria.
But no, they
and
went
the
out.
Frenzy.
But the thing is also,
Lindsay's going to be so pissed that you're talking about.
what is she? Wait, now, see, I am going to say something, okay? Because I will tell you, when Kelly Ripa, and I haven't mentioned that in a while, okay? Kelly would go on and would say, "Who shall not be named." And he just recently came on and did an interview with Kelly and Ryan, okay? And they did a whole montage of all the times he's been on the show, because he kind of grew up on that show.
You're talking about her son?
Her son, yes.
Okay.
Michael. Hey, Suzanne. So that was a great shot of your daughter at college. Big life changes. Let's just talk just like to finish about the big life changes, because Matt, this is the first. I think this is listen, we didn't finish, excuse me, about us breaking off our engagements.
Oh, yeah, well, we knew it wasn't right.
No, but better off to break it off before you walk down an aisle.
Sure.
And, hey, Jen, I have to say that, it wasn't because of wedding planning. I just knew that, I don't know, I thought he was the right guy, and then he wasn't. But I really do believe that Lindsay and Elliot know they are right for each other. They're good for each other.
Yeah,
okay?
Listen, if you asked my parents, they would have told you, it wasn't, my first
Michelle?
engagement wasn't who I should have been with.
And my parents would have probably said the same about my first engagement. And mind you, that came with a whole, thank you, Suzanne. I have to say it comes with a whole bunch of other stuff, because not only the emotional stuff, but then having booked certain things. So again, like Robert said, the timelines okay? And we all have had different experiences. I mean, there are people that are together a long time, like Erica and David were since high school.
Right.
You know, there were actually, Michelle and Tim were telling us last night that they would get 4 years. They had a long distance relationship, Florida and Connecticut and New York, until they got engaged and got married a year later. So everyone has their own story. But the thing is, you have to stay true to who you are. But once you make a commitment for marriage, it is a negotiation. That is a very, very, you need to be heard.
And I would even be a little concerned with those
that
go
don't
so smoothly.
Oh,
like,
that's so right.
It's so
Yeah,
easy.
I don't get that.
Like it just, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Everybody's gonna have bullshit to go through and arguments and crying and all of that. That's and if that doesn't happen, I'm like, it's like the couples that never fight. Oh, we never fight.
I don't get that either.
Like, if you don't give a
how do you agree about
you
everything?
don't give a shit enough. If there's not enough, drive to and I'm not talking
energy.
about like, constant fighting or whatever, right?
Oh, no, that's not healthy.
But the resilience of being able to have a disagreement, really have the disagreement,
and to
be
resolve
mad at one
and
another,
resolve it.
and then it's not mad at one another, right?
That's
It's like,
important.
if you don't have that cycling, like, how could you like somebody all the time?
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
It's impossible.
There are
it's
things
like,
that are gonna
it's
irk
like
you.
finding the things, like it's being able to get past that of I don't like you today, I'm annoyed with you today. But if that's every day, that's a problem. But if it's like, I'm annoyed with you today, okay, and the end of the day everything's good, like, it's like you need that cycling of to know what's good and what's not. I mean, that's how would you know otherwise, right? If you never have a crappy meal, how would you know when you have a really great one?
Robert, well, first of all I know is that this happens for a reason. Things happen for reasons. I just want, you learn a lot, even post-engagement. You think you know everything, and you don't. But you don't discuss the wedding planning until you get engaged. You may talk about a few things that you like and want to do, but you know something? I think the guy is allowed. Okay, this is the thing. I do think a lot of it is focused around the bride. This is the story, okay? And I get it, okay? And I do think girls care more about the whole thing in general. But there are lots of guys that want to be part of the planning. And sometimes it's like, okay, you take care of the music, you take care of the honeymoon, you take care of the photography. I don't know, right? You did photo and video, right? That, video actually. My mother took care of photo, and I wasn't thrilled. But that's besides the point, okay?
Yeah.
And if she's watching this, I'm sorry, but I would have thought that they'd be good. I wasn't thrilled, okay? I mean, I think our pictures could have been better. Actually, I think our video could have been better. But you know something? I'm glad we have what we have.
And in retrospect, it's like, is that really what's gonna kind of like ruin it for you?
Well, no, and I also
Like,
think someone should decide. Should you elope? Should you
There's
go
always,
to town hall?
listen, whatever you do, there's always hindsight.
And there's also negotiation.
There's always
and there's
hindsight.
Also, be
and
reasonable.
That's really, and
Be
that's how we're
reasonable.
gonna end.
Yep.
I think what we bring to the table in the world of weddings,
As mother and father and wedding professionals.
we bring hindsight.
Yeah, we know experience after experience. And with people of all budgets, by the way, it's not only about the money. We're talking about relationship.
What would you give?
Hey, Courtney.
What would you give if you knew today what you
If
know,
I know
realize
now
the day
what
after
if
the
I
wedding?
knew then what I knew now.
Right.
Wait a second.
No, if
Wait,
you
you're
had
right.
the intel
That's right. Well,
the
wait.
day after the wedding,
You can say one more thing. I'm going to, even though
before the
this should
wedding,
probably
you'd be golden.
This should be this is tip number 4. Okay, probably. And I thought we'd only give one tip a day. But let me tell you something. We learned that pretty quickly, okay? Because you only get one chance to get it right. Meaning, whether it be, but you don't only have one chance because people do divorce and get remarried again.
No.
You
You
hope-
go
you hope.
into the equation
Of
with
weddings,
with
you-
no eraser
You know
on
what
the
you have
pencil.
left? You know what you have left? You have, Deborah, the first 2 months of our marriage, we spent part-time Mississippi and Alabama until job transfer came. And I'm sure that was stressful.
Very
But wait a
challenging.
second, okay? Let me tell you something about a wedding. It's a whirlwind. It is a whirlwind.
And
Hello,
it's the
Steven.
first party, not the last party.
Oh my God. And the only thing I told Lindsay, and I'm going to tell Elliot, the most important part is the exchange of vows. It is the most important part. That is the meaningful part.
And
It
that
is
you
the
could
commitment
do
part.
anywhere.
Okay? And you know what? That's what matters. Everything else is just a party. So the thing is, everything else is the hype of what weddings are. I love weddings. Don't get me wrong, okay? But they are general. You could, the place has just different people.
And you know what?
The same
And let me
food
tell
the
you
next
something.
week.
Let me tell you something. Get ready for Saturday.
Yeah. We're going to have a
We're
great
going to be
time.
at a wedding. We're going to have a great time. But it's going to, we know people there that know that Lindsay just got engaged. And
We're going to get
of
unsolicited advice.
unsolicited advice. Where
We're
you
not
having the
asking
wedding,
for
we're gonna
advice.
we'll get
By
those
the way, no one's asked us.
But we'll be in the
By
wedding
the way,
environment.
and you know what? We don't. I have to tell
Oh,
you.
you must be thinking about your wedding.
Well,
you know,
Monty already
it's
did it
like, you know.
yesterday. Monty already started saying something yet. You know, let the wedding planning begin
So
and don't
we
argue.
We're looking.
It's true.
We're looking forward to it.
I don't want it to be. First of all, it does not have to be stressful. All it is communication.
But
Everything else
but
is
it
communication.
Will, but it will be stressful.
Wait a
It
second.
will be stressful.
But
we're going to minimize the stress.
But
If
the
our
thing
daughter
is,
allows
the
us
last thing
to minimize the
wait,
stress.
I want to say the last thing is that
We
with
will minimize
weddings,
the
okay,
stress.
it's not like a sitcom where you get a few different takes, okay? I will tell you something, all right? When I talked about photo and video, I'm glad at least we have photo and video, but I got to tell you,
Can I
my
give another
biggest
tip?
my biggest tip is to document it, because the only thing you will have left that is priceless is hopefully the groom
And listen,
and your photos and video.
and here's the
And
tip.
video, wait. Video, I know I live with a video guy, but let me tell you, it's a day of sights, sound, and action. There are people, their grandparents, we are so grateful. Lindsay and Elliot have 7 grandparents between the two of them. That is a blessing. And I know there is such pride and love for them. And let me tell you, that is, and for parents, okay? And right. What did I just say? How many grandparents?
7.
7 grandparents, 4 parents, right? That are happily married,
Yep.
siblings, right? That are you know, I don't know. It's such a beautiful gift. What was your last tip? You were about to say something when I started talking about video. You had one thing.
Oh yes, things will go wrong. The only way people will know they went wrong is if you let on that something went wrong. So generally speaking, if there's little things that happen, if the hosts don't react, nobody will know.
And you know what? I got to tell you something. We've got so many nuggets of information when it comes to wedding planning, with everything from attire to, to services to, how to save money if that's
Listen,
something
we got to
that
go
matters.
because I feel like I'm getting sucked back into the wedding world.
We are. We're getting
So-
sucked. We're getting sucked back because our daughter is going to be experiencing this.
Holly's gonna revive Here Come the Moms podcast.
Yeah, we should, you see. Yeah, this is a reason to bring back WPN.
Hey, Nick.
They were just at a beautiful wedding with Julia.
We were talking. I was talking to Joanne about that. Nick, Thursday night, Studio 355. I gave
Pop-up.
Joanne
Come.
the information. Would love to see you there. This is our 4th Livingston event.
And it's no obligation. Just show
Just
up,
come.
experience, learn,
Just come.
shop. Really great
Just
brands are going to be
come.
there. Really great people are going to be there. The community is so awesome.
Yeah. So.
Hey, Harry.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, everyone's coming on, and it is 4:50. So,
All right. So.
wow, we're on a
outta
long
here.
time ranting and raving about weddings and the industrial, what do they call it? Complex of it, right? The industrial, what do you call that? Just the wedding industry, but
Yeah.
they call it something. Like I think
don't
Carolyn Giron called it something, when she came out with that Anti-Bride series. Anyways, enjoy the rest
so
of your
we're
day. We will see you soon. Check out kindapopup.com because Thursday night we would love
in
to
Livingston.
see you. Really, it's worth the ride, no matter where you're coming from. People have traveled 1 to 2 hours, I will tell you. You don't just have to live 10 minutes away. So, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.